After my, some would say, controversial shirt ironing videos, a lot of people were asking if I could show how to iron jeans and suit trousers. Well, I'm here to serve. So here we are, suit trousers and jeans. Now, they're very different materials, and you iron them in a very different manner. So suit trousers are typically made of wool, which need a lot more TLC, a lot more gentle care, and jeans are obviously denim, which is cotton, which are a lot more robust. However, let's take them one at a time. The only piece of equipment you'll need, obviously you've got your water bottle for spraying and a pressing cloth. Pressing cloth I have made out of the back panel of an old shirt. The reason that's great to use as a pressing cloth is because it's again, it's pure cotton and it doesn't burn, but also it's lint free because it's been washed so many times. Very fine cotton, so great to use as a pressing cloth. Anyway, iron is up to temperature. The jeans we're going to do first, and start off by turning them inside out. It's probably obvious, but I'll say it anyway. Jeans normally don't have a crease down the front, whereas your suit trousers will have a crease down the front. So that's why we're ironing them using a different technique. So inside out, using the full length of the ironing board. And what we're going to do is, so that we're not getting knife edge creases in the sides, we're only going to iron down the middle channel of each leg. So, bit of a spritz with the water, and quite simply, starting from the bottom with the steam and going all the way up. Again, just making sure there's no creases in the leg when you're ironing it. Underneath the pocket. And also, if you want, not everybody does iron the pockets of jeans, but my grandma always did. So I will honour her memory by ironing the pockets of my jeans. And again, flip it over. And the same on the other side. And just quickly, because the other leg is obviously exactly the same technique, so I'll quickly do that. Again, nice and flat. Obviously the knees are where the jeans go quite baggy, so that's the bit you need to be cautious of if you're when you're flattening it out. So start again from the bottom, all the way up. Make sure there's no creases that we're ironing in. All the way up and under the pocket. Bosh. Flip it over. And again. Then turn them the right way out. As I say, because you don't put a crease in the front, you fold them edge to edge. So fold them into each other. And you can hang them up. Or, as I demonstrated the other day, they're a little bit damp because we've just ironed them with the steam and the water. So you would leave them for an hour or so to let the water evaporate. However, if you wanted to, when they're nice and dry, if you want to fold the top in and do the legs 1 and 2 and fold those in 1 and 2. Fold them in 2, and that's your jeans. Ironed, folded, and ready to store. Now, your suit trousers. Again, very, very different. They are very easy to iron, but they're also very easy to destroy if you don't do it properly. That's why we use a pressing cloth and a bit more attention. The first thing you need to do is find the creases. If they've got wet, for example, they may not have obvious creases. If you hold them by the back, the center of the back waistband, you should see the two creases at the back, and grab hold of these and you can marry them up like that, then straight across to the other side like that, and pinch them, and there your legs of your trousers are completely flat. Now, when my grandmother was pressing trousers, she would do it over the side of the ironing board, and she would do two legs at the same time. I think this is something that you can do when you get very proficient at it. However, for this time, I'm just going to show you the more amateur version of the technique. So again, same with the jeans. Lay it nice and flat and peel one leg back. We've found the creases front and back, so now all we need to do is do the ironing. Make sure we know where the creases are before we start, and then put the pressing cloth over. Again, steam and heat are what we're using here, so we're not ironing it as such. Ironing it uses a forward and backwards motion, and pressing is just pressure, steam and moisture. So pressure and heat. So press, just literally a second in each location. Now, when I lift that off, you can see that's very flat, lovely sharp creases. That's exactly what we're looking for. We're not ironing it like you would a shirt, because that can destroy the cloth. And when I say destroy it, I basically mean it turns it shiny, and you can't recover from a damaged wool garment. That's basically something you have to live with, which is why I'm saying know what you're doing and do it slowly and gently until you get used to it. And again, you shouldn't need to do both sides, the inside and the outside of the trousers, but for the sake of completeness, I'm going to show you both sides. Just do that. Just gives you a lovely sharp crease. As we move up, just make sure the creases are in the right place. Now, when I'm ironing my suit trousers, I stop at around the crotch level. I don't iron above that. I'll show you how to get rid of wrinkles and creases in that part of the garment in a second. But basically, because you've got pockets and in some cases pleats, it's very tricky to iron and very easy to iron wrinkles into your trousers. So I'm going to turn them around. We've done one leg already, and we're going to do the other leg. And again, just peel it back. And again, starting from the ankle, flat it out. Now, the reason this is such a different technique is because we're using suit trousers that are made of wool, and wool is a lot less heat resistant than cotton is. At this stage we have two choices. If you have a trouser rail, you can use that and quite simply hang them up from the ankle end, lock them in place. What you do need for that is a very tall wardrobe or hanging rail, because obviously it needs about 40 inches of space of drop. So if you've only got a small space, that won't work. But what it is good for is the weight of the waistband will pull out any wrinkles in the trousers. If you don't have a trouser hanger or the space to hang them vertically, what you can do is the Savile Row fold. You take a standard coat hanger and put the trouser bar in between the two legs. You move it up to the crotch and halve the leg, letting the ankle fall down to the crotch. You then lay it flat and pull the other leg through and fold it over. Now that does two things. One is it's very sturdy. It looks like it should fall off, but they don't, because the friction of the trousers holds it in place. But also you're getting that extra weight pulling down on the top section, so it pulls out the creases as well. And the knees as well, where you get a lot more creasing. So that's your Savile Row fold. So that very quickly is how you press trousers and iron jeans and chinos. The jeans and the chinos are done the same way. I didn't cover chinos, but they're done exactly the same way as the jeans. If you have any questions, as ever, fire them into the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to follow and like and share and all the good stuff so that other people get to see the joy of the channel. Anyway, have a great day. Until next time, take care. I'll see you very soon.